up? It's Shay, a.k.a. Shay Delphia, a.k.a. Shay Shay, a.k.a. your mom, a.k.a. anybody who hates on this, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of your opinions. This is brand new, fresh, first time video. See my pretty face? Vince Deleo.
Hello, this is Vince Deleo. Thanks for having me, Eric.
Good, man. You shouldn't feed me so much gin, because I'm not going to censor myself.
You know, that's what I do. Sorry.
It's all right. So, you draw.
I do a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, you know.
We got some cool stuff hanging up on the wall.
Yeah, I tried to make it look pretty for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been drawing for a while now. Ever since I could remember, I guess. You know, probably maybe like third grade, second grade, third grade.
Yeah.
This is as far back as I can remember.
Some doodles.
Some doodles.
Not paying attention in class.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
I didn't have a fucking excuse.
Yeah, no, that doodles continued on for like ever in class. Yeah. Like the margins of my paper, just everything.
Yeah, one thing is like being a visual media artist. I see myself like seeing things in like movie perspective, or seeing things like what they would look on film. Like how does that convert into drawing? Like when you see something in life, like being a skateboarder. If I saw a set of stairs, I'm like, oh, can I kickflip them?
Yeah.
Like where in life does that fall in? It's a question I'm just curious about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like earlier, I didn't. You know, if I looked at something, it was how everyone else sees it, I would think. But like lately, since I'm doing more,
you take it on full time,
and just diving into it more, and really going after it.
Yeah.
So my mind's always on, like it's always looking at something. And
give me an example. Something that.
All right, so I know that the other day I was driving on the boulevard, and like what was it? It was like a street light, and it was like, all right, so there's one pole in the middle, and then it like cuts into two, and that like shot my brain, and like so then I like wrote it down on my phone real quick so I wouldn't like forget. That's what I've been doing lately. But
No, I do the same thing.
Yeah,
I
or else
feel
I'll
like
fucking forget.
After doing this podcast, so
Yeah.
like for example, like I'll leave a podcast and I'll start talking to myself as the conversation, like if it still was going on, and then like if somebody sees me, I'm like, fuck, like that's a crazy person right there. Like I'm sitting there talking to myself, practicing what I would say. And so, if I would see that, I would think they were crazy.
Yeah.
So what are they viewing as me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
It's a weird, dude. It's like
I know.
I don't know if that's practice or if my life's just going fucking downhill.
That sounds good to me. But yeah. So that streetlight thing, it got in my head. I came like home whenever I got home after, and I started sketching something, and that wound up being like an inspiration for one of the drawings I did of one of these like new creature drawings I've been doing of like this pizza guy.
Okay. Yeah, I seen that.
He's got his head kind of mimics that shape or whatever.
Like doughed up, kind of.
Yeah,
it's like a funnel. Like.
Yeah, he's got like eyes like coming out of his face, like meeting up with some part of his head. It's just like so weird.
No, it's cool. It's abstract shit, man. It's what you want to do. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like as we were talking about earlier, like when you end up like doing art for a living, and you realize like, fuck, I gotta make money off this somehow, and you start doing shit you don't want to do for it, and you know what I mean. And I completely respect like you just doing exactly what you want to do. It's like fuck whatever else is in the way. Like this is what I like doing. This is why I like doing it, and this is how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Like, so I knew you for a while now, but I had no idea until about a month ago that you were an illustrator. And I'm almost ignorant to that situation, which I apologize about. No. But so, you know what I mean? I stalked your shit down, and I seen like this progression kind of from, I guess, because you went to Tyler School of Art, which is like an extension of Temple.
Yeah. I went to Temple, Maine, and then got like the perks of the new Tyler building that they eventually built there.
Yeah, it's like you have. So you can go to Temple for art, but the Tyler School of Art is kind of like
that's a whole.
It's
like,
a little
school.
better, right?
Yeah, it's dedicated to everything like creative. Okay. Like there's music, graphic design, painting. And you can get, like, you know, your MFA there, your BFA, all that.
So you graduated your bachelor's there?
Yeah, I got bachelor's. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I had, at the time, I was, I had a digital media concentration at the time, and I got an art history minor. But the whole digital media thing was kind of that I had a thought of, like, I need to get a job after this, so... Yeah. Maybe if I know something with computers, that might help my chances. Mm-hmm. But once I graduated, I was like, I don't really like doing computer stuff. Yeah. But like I took a lot of drawing in school, which that's what I like most. So that was good to just have that too. But and I did some like animation in school, which was fun.
Like on a computer?
Yeah, we like. I would draw the backgrounds and then actually film like myself and kind of rotoscope myself into it, so it kind of looked, you know, a little real or realistic.
It's cool, man. I don't know, when did you graduate?
When was it? I think 2012. Or 2013, beginning of 2013.
Because going through, even just going through your recent Instagram shit, which seems like Instagram's great for 1,000 reasons, but at the same time, it's fucked up for 1,000 reasons, which we can get into a little later. But what I seen was your beginning work is more of a conventional artist painting, oil paintings, and then it would go to like kind of maybe... portraits and just illustrations, and then it constantly kept going to this new place to where you have like these these made up characters that actually have a story.
Right.
Like for example, like the Spaceman thing.
Yeah.
Like when I seen I seen you selling T-shirts, it wasn't just like buy my shirt, here's this fucking dude. It was like this guy is lost on his way home on a journey and help him find his way. And I feel like just that alone brings together. You can walk right up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
If she's bringing us alcohol, you can
That's my wife.
stand in front of the camera.
That's my wife.
Shout out.
That was funny. The little caption I had there. Which, and I agree. Cool. Like, I mean, I'm not a writer by no means, and like, I tried to make something like a little more interesting than just like, here's my T-shirt of a weird space guy, like, you know. Yeah. So trying to put a little narrative to it, which is, I do like story and like, I mean.
I seen your interest, which I talked to you about yesterday. I wrote this down. No. I actually know it off the top of my head. Okay, so Vince Deleo is this about me is I like movies, The Office, and Brown Betty brownies.
Yeah, it's like
I might have missed something out. Pizza and pasta. All things that I fully respect.
Yeah.
But I mean, just your fascination with movies and story, I could see where. When you draw this character, I don't know if it's completely planned out or how you got to drawing this this creature, but you can develop a story for it and see a story in which I haven't really seen too many people doing, which is cool, dude. Like it gives it more of it's not just a marketing scheme. It's almost a subconscious marketing scheme.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're giving this story, but underlining you're like. Buy my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is like more interesting, I guess, than just putting one, like a single centered like character on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Just like as a cool thing. So I guess I'm trying to make a little more put a little more worth or a little more, I don't know, something into it. So it's not just a basic character drawing or something like that.
For sure, man. I completely respect that because, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's artists that have an idea that don't do the shit. And there's artists who go about doing your thing and they do the thing. But then there's the next level to where you're an artist that plans out an idea, plans when it's finished, and plans how to fucking market what they're doing. You know what I mean? And, like, at our stage, I'm at the same stage as you in a different type of art form.
Yeah.
And, you mean, when I'm, for example, making a film, before the film's even written, I'm thinking, like, how am I going to market this? How am I going to distribute this? How is this going to be something? Because when you make something, you're not just making it for yourself. You're making it for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to, like, take what you like and somewhat form it into what other people could also like about it without fucking up.
Like the integrity or something.
The integrity of
it.
yourself, correct. Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, it's good to think about that, and some people might, like, you know, look down upon, like, thinking of the business of art and just doing art for the sake of art. You know, I guess kind of like an elitist view or something.
A hippie living on a fucking boardwalk underneath the boardwalk.
You know, like, don't get me wrong, I love what I do, and I do it because it's my passion.
Yeah.
And it's meditative and therapeutic almost to a point, and, like, time escapes when I'm drawing or painting.
Yeah,
it's like the best feeling.
I completely agree. You mean I know that feeling in different ways.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, if that's the same for, like, film and stuff. Or...
Yeah, it is. I mean, but film is like the biggest collaborative art form.
It's huge, yeah.
But what you do is probably the most solo art form.
It's so solitary.
And, like, do you feel to where, like, say you do a lot on a piece or you do whatever, but you need, like, interaction afterwards, and you need people, and you need things in your life, like, it's not a lonely process because it's you doing what you want and you're saying it's getting you away, but do you feel the need afterwards that you need to, like, push away from yourself and get around people?
Yeah, I mean, and that was a good thing with school.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we had, like, critiques and all, like, every week or, you know.
How bad are some of the critiques, man? People
you
are
know,
just pretentious as fuck, man.
Yeah, you know, I was always kind of, like, timid with them until, like, later, like, until, like, my senior year. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna start, like, talking and, like, sharing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, lately, yeah, I'm not, like, I don't have a lot of artist friends, or I'm not involved in too many groups, which I need to change. I want to change that. I want to, like, you know, be able to talk to people about the things I like and what I'm interested in, and which this is awesome because now coming over here and
now you're hooked into this
it.
network where that I'm creating this network of people that have all been on the show, and future guests that somehow this might connect you to someone else that will benefit you.
That'd be awesome.
It's just the goal.
Yeah, even, like, open, you know, my eyes up to something new. Like, you know, some part of me is, like, interested in animation and all that too, and because I did some in school, it's just real, like, tedious, and it just takes a lot of work.
Is this lamp burning you up, bro?
It's a little hot.
I feel like it's blowing. No, I'm fine with it. I
mean,
feel like it's heating you up a little bit.
It might be.
But, you're getting a fucking tan off it.
My, like, left side is just fucking red as
on one side, pale on the other side.
Yeah, let me move away from that for a second.
That's a little loose, man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
it's grassroots, brother.
Nah, that's good.
Grassroots, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, someone said that before.
This is kind of comfortable.
You don't gotta hold it.
Nah, I feel like a DJ.
Yeah, you drop that shit. Nah. Bam, done, motherfucker.
Yeah. But oh yeah, like, with the whole animation thing, like, that's something, like, maybe down the line, like, I would be interested in doing. But right now I'm just focused on drawing every day is, like, the main thing. Just
You do
keep
that? You
working.
draw
I
every
try to. This year I'm trying to do better with that and just trying to produce more work and.
But remember, man, more isn't better. Better is better.
Well, yeah, better's better.
It's
more.
It's given.
More like practice. Is definitely gonna make hone your skill, and for me, drawing every day definitely keeps the juices flowing, and
for sure. For sure.
Just keeps me focused and on top of it, kind of. And it's almost like a routine now, which I don't have to think about drawing. It's almost like, all right, I gotta draw. Like, I need to do it.
Yeah, therapeutic thing or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's better getting angry and being like, oh, I gotta sketch that out and being angry than having to fucking go do some drug or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if that's your what's the word? I would call it your bread and butter. You know what I mean? It's right. What's there. You know what I mean? And it's cool. And it's cool to see. You know what I mean? As other people can see on the wall around me. Like, it's not like I can be like, oh, you're drawing like this person. You're drawing like that. Like, no, there's definitely this style out there that I've seen of like just abstract creatures and things like that. But you know what I mean? You're not afraid to draw what you want. You're not afraid to do what you want and try to push what you want because you're just, you know what I mean? I feel like kind of artists like me where it's like, hate it or like it, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I guess I'm kind of stepping into that more, like just doing what I like to do more so than producing something or making something that is popular or, mainstream or,
Are you, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Are you like you mean I know the film world in Philadelphia and I know like what's going on and how to reach it and where's that, but is there like a place for you to go as sorry, I got a burp as like a Philadelphia illustrator or a drawer or a painter, whatever you call yourself, that's like a universal place to see what's going on and where galleries are at and groups and you know what I mean, things that are promoting, like I don't know that world.
Yeah, I mean, I should do better to know that world as well. But, yeah, I mean, there's definitely places in Philadelphia that have that kind of, group or that yeah, I know there's some, what was it, like, yes, I think there's like a Philadelphia Sketch Club or something that I remember when I had an art show right out of college. It was like my first art show, first and only one. And I was like stoked on it because it was like stuff I did for my senior year in college. And like I wound up selling, I think like 5 pieces or something. Yeah, so that was cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was what was it, Lieberman Gallery, and it was the first show they had there at it was at the Germantown branch of the Settlement Music School.
Okay.
So it was like a new thing, but I had like family and friends came out, and it was a cool thing.
People supporting your
But someone was there, I think a photographer or something, and he was like part of that Philadelphia Sketch Club. I remember him saying. So that's probably something I should look into, something like that, and just definitely need to network more and like get my stuff out there because no one's gonna come crawling to me.
Dude, you're right, man. It's crazy. I feel like what you're doing can be looked over just because so many people are gonna say they're a fucking illustrator, a drawer, or this or that, and it's like it deludes the real from the fake. You know what I mean? Because there's just so much of it in any industry, especially with the way social media allows people to portray the life that they want to seem they're living. You mean like I could see through your Instagram, for example. I don't mean to just bring that up, but through your Instagram that this week and this day and this time you uploaded this, so you're obviously. You know what I mean? You post pre-work and you post post-work and you go to this and you go to that. So it's not like there's 1,000 selfies and then one photo of something you drew and something like that. It's like, this is what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm gonna post this, and I'm gonna push what I'm doing, and you mean it shows that you're not a fraud. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, that Instagram is really cool.
It's a weird
and
thing,
like,
man. It deludes life.
It could be bad. It could be good. Like for artists, it's definitely a great thing. I think to get out there and like mingle with other artists, even if it's an online community. Yeah. It's a cool thing to just be able to see all this art now. Yeah. You know, like
it's something that's never been accessible.
Yeah.
The communication between the world right now is like, there's no cap on anything, and it's crazy how like somebody from like Australia can easily just come across your photo from a tag.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you do a really good job too, man. Like you tag your shit like.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, am I being a fucking weirdo and all this shit?
Like, I do the same thing, man. You gotta tag your shit because you're creating like. I was trying to explain to my grandma. So my grandma's an artist. She's 75 years old, and she's got 8 novels written.
Oh, cool.
And she's at this point now where she's trying to get publishers and do all this, and she's like really wants to do things with a book. She's like a fantasy writer and like all this really cool shit. And she's like, "What is a hashtag?" And I'm explaining it to her, and I'm like, "It's kind of like."
It used to be on your telephone.
It's you know the phone is
the pound symbol.
The pound symbol. It's a way to create a folder in like internet time.
Yeah, true.
That if somebody tags the same thing you tag, it'll be linked together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is cool, man, because I think you should do that, and I would do it fucking all day long.
Yeah.
If I had shit to say, you know what I mean? I tag my podcast, I tag my photos, I do this, I do that, just because it allows more people to do it. Because say if I want to check out, for example, getting people on this podcast, I hashtag Philly artist,
right?
And I go on, and if you're on there and I see your shit, bang.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's people like us that are all throughout the city that, I mean, no one knows about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and that's mostly probably my fault and whoever else, you know, because, you know, I'm more, like, right now, I guess, I mean, I'm still kind of young, you know, so I'm more focused right now on just doing as much as I can, and, like, hopefully, like, marketing's, like, 10% now. Not, like, you know, like, I'll hear some, like, podcasts of, like, artists, like, the marketing's, like, almost more than the production part. Like, you know, it's crazy.
It was cool to hear talking to you earlier that, like, you listen to podcasts and things like that because, like, it's weird, man. I feel like the East Coast hasn't... Like, I feel like the West Coast is just ahead of its time. Or they're just ahead of the East Coast, to where podcasts on the West Coast are just exploding, and the fact that I'm creating what is this podcast to bring up artists that I think deserve credit and give them give them exposure in a different way. Like there's nothing like this out right now. Like, there's nothing going on.
I haven't
in a broad sense. Like, there's, like, WXPN's a great radio station that, like, plays unknown artists, does things like that, but that's just, they're just on one platform. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, on this podcast, I have an illustrator, photographer, actor, director, I have a translator, someone who's devoting their life to speak different languages. You know what I mean? And there's nothing like that to where... I want this to catch on to be a community because no matter what you're doing, you know what I mean, just to be a person that's dedicating your life to something that you love and I mean, it's not a gamble, but you're taking a risk and putting your passion before, like this is I feel this has happened in generations before us, but like if you look at our parents' generation and everything, it's like work hard.
Yeah.
You mean actual physical work?
Yeah, you know dad. Yeah, my dad was like he was a union worker. He did steel, steel metal, like duct, like air conditioning duct and all that.
Yeah,
you know, which is good. Like he taught me like a good work ethic. Yeah, and my mom's an art teacher, So I kind of just
Oh, really?
pushed them together.
Cool. What kind of art does your mom do?
She works at PAX, like the middle school.
Okay.
The charter school. She's been there for maybe 15 years now.
Okay. Miss Deleo?
Yeah, Miss Deleo.
Shout out.
Shout out. Yeah, so, you know.
What's her type of art? Like, what does she do?
You know, back whenever, before she started teaching, she was in the graphic design, but before computers, so like post-ups and like posting things on a paper, scanning that paper, like copying it, and then it would come out like.
Wow.
So yeah, just
it's almost like that.
Just so different.
Like what people do with stencil art, unless you're saying.
Yeah, so
with,
like
printing.
You would put, say, you know, she would have this whole layout, lay like a magazine page out, but it's all physical. It's like pieces of fucking paper.
Yeah.
You tape it down and all this, and then you get a copier, I guess, or a scanner, and then they would scan it, so it would be a flat image now.
So what do her pieces look like a finished product?
Well,
explain it to something that somebody.
I mean, she worked. I guess that was more commercial. So I'm not really familiar with like. She was working in the city. I forget like what company and all.
Yeah.
But she also was a painter, and like there was paintings hanging up in my house growing up, and like some abstracts and some still lifes, and so she definitely like nurtured, you know, my talent, I would think, you know, and also I had like siblings that we kind of all grew up together, like kind of being creative, and I was the only one to really be dumb enough to follow it. But
smart enough.
but I could remember like because I played sports too. That was like my dad. He was all in the sports.
We played on the same baseball team.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, and like
Your dad was my coach. Man.
Yeah.
Your dad's a character, bro.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a personality, man. He's fucking. He's one of a kind, man. Your dad definitely left like an impact on my life in a very short period of time.
Yeah, that's good.
As a
Yeah, he's a great guy. He
really is, man.
Very generous person.
Yeah.
And like I remember, I would get like USA Hockey magazines or something when I was younger, and they would have drawings in the back of like hockey players, and I just remember like I don't think I ever submitted anything, but I remember drawing like, you know, goalies and stuff, and so that was probably, you know, I was probably like maybe like 10 or something doing that.
Was it like a cartoon stylistic or kind of more a real life portrait?
It was like, I think I would use like colored pencils at the time. I think I was doing. So it was kind of, it wasn't, you know, I don't know how good it really was, but
yeah, you don't have anything from then.
In my mind, I like thought it was great.
Of course, man.
But yeah, it was more probably not realistic, but yeah, you know, still, you know, I'm sure I did.
So you mean I hate categorizing things and stuff like that, but like where you're at, and like you mean these illustrations that are on the wall behind us, and you know what I mean. This I forget the name of this because this is on Instagram.
Yeah, I think I named that one
Brainwave or something like that.
I think I named it Crystal Sith. So like, because his eyes are like kind of crystals coming out of his head. Yeah. And Sith, I guess, is a call to maybe Star Wars or something. Like
he is levitating.
He's levitating, so he's got some powers. But yeah. I don't know.
Man, I feel like there's so many outlets for this type of work that you could go to, like for example, like music art and music books and shirts and album art, fucking just places where this is needed. You know what I mean? Where people are doing things that they don't want, just like an image or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what in the future do you plan to do with it? You know what I mean? There has to be, like, lookbooks or, like we were talking about before.
Right, yeah.
Like, I mean, you obviously want to get yourself out there as much as possible. And I know that you said you feel like you haven't done that previously, and it's something that you want to do now.
Yeah.
I mean, what are things that you're looking into?
I mean, that would be cool to have maybe some kind of book filled with a bunch of these characters and a little excerpt on the side, just to, reiterate like a story or, give more value to it. Mm-hmm. Or like, like, I don't, so it's not like, that might not be a lucrative thing, but it's just something that would be cool to do. Yeah. And, I'm not the best businessman, and I wish school would have taught me more about the business of art.
Did you have any portfolio classes? I had one my last year of school on how to you ever heard of like an elevator pitch?
Yeah, like a 2-minute speech. Or
yeah,
2-minute pitch. Like whatever.
I actually had this discovery a couple of days ago when thinking about elevator pitches, to where the scenario that makes sense, and I understand that, and have be able to brand yourself on somebody within that short period of time. Right. But now, it's way shorter span, because the way you're getting out there is internet based, and one photo of somebody defines you as a fucking person. And you know what I mean? You putting as much as you can into each solid piece of work that you have means so much, because that's gonna be the thing that someone comes back to next. They see one photo, like your spaceman thing, like we were saying before, with the story. They see that and I go, "That's fucking cool." And we click on his next thing. But if that story wasn't there, maybe they'd be like, "All right, cool picture, next."
Yeah, and that's, I guess, that you make a good point, because that is the challenge now. There's so much out there.
Yeah, it dilutes from.
You're just like,
how do I compete? How do I do this?
So in a sense, I almost think reverting back to maybe old ways would be a little better, but not I don't know. It's definitely, you got to be on the internet. You have to have a digital presence,
for sure, yeah. Which you do,
but
which is
also good. Maybe reach out to other things that aren't so social media. Yeah,
where artists dwell.
Yeah, just hit up a different sect of people.
Dude, no, it's cool, man. All right, so one thing that I learned within any type of art form, you know what I mean? You can't just make. Okay, so this drawing, if you're trying to get it for people, this isn't for everybody right now.
No, I don't think so.
It's not for everybody. So what you mean? Finding 3 hard niches to where that affects. For example, you have some kind of pizza art. You know what I mean? Pizza Brain's a big thing in Philadelphia where they do all this crazy pizza shit. That would be one niche. Then 2, abstract illustrators. Then 3, cartoon illustrators. You know what I mean? Making something that's not so broad, but making something that's for example, there's billions of people in the world. Yeah. But making something for a small percentage of people, that small percentage might be 1 million people. Yeah. And that's a firm following. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard before,
Is it niche or niche? Because people say niches a lot, and I say niche.
I don't know if it's the philosopher for Nietzsche or Nietzsche or I don't know.
Da Vinci?
Yeah, but
I don't know. We both know what we mean.
Yeah, we know.
Speaking to that mic, dude.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So, in a way, I've heard this time and time again, almost, about being more specific in what you do is almost more universal, because artwork and film and anything, you're portraying your innermost feelings and all this that you probably wouldn't emote otherwise. So for you risking putting it on canvas or paper or screen, it gives people a chance to secretly almost relate to that stuff.
Subconsciously?
subconsciously, or just if they're not like, people have feelings and secrets and whatever it may be that they don't share with everybody.
Yeah.
And
like someone might want to jerk off to this. I'm not gonna tell you that.
Yeah, they might love
Someone in
pizza.
the world
They might love
to.
pizza that much. I don't know. But
I have really I have
that
a really good jerk off story that I can't tell you on the air.
Don't.
It's so good. It's so good.
No, don't.
It's so good. I will not do it.
But no, I mean that's pretty.
I want to.
No, that's vulgar. But in the
sorry.
same sense. In the same sense.
I can cut this. I probably
No,
won't. But
don't. That's fine. But that's real specific, and there might be some fucking 100 weirdos out there that do that shit.
I'll hop off topic really quick. But I remember being in Bucks, so I went to Bucks County Community College, which I've said on the air plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
There was this guy that I went to school with, Tim Nugent. Do you know Tim Nugent?
Ted Nugent's son?
Ted?
Yeah.
No, Tim Nugent, he's from the Northeast.
Tim Nugent.
He played in bands and shit. You might have crossed the kid's path. Anyway, me and him were surprised that we didn't cross paths at some point. But he was like, I got a scheme where I'm gonna sell dirty socks on eBay.
Oh my god.
And you go on eBay right now, and you can buy dirty girls' socks, like a hot girl's socks.
It's
some weird fetish.
It's like Orange Is the New Black. You ever watch that show?
No, my girl does.
But they start selling prisoner panties, they're fucking women's panties.
Guilty pleasures, man.
What the fuck?
It's crazy. Anyway, that's so completely off from this. One thing I wanted to ask you, I know, being a cinematographer, I still do write films and I write shorts and I'm into all that.
Yeah, cool.
What you were saying, you stopped at a street light and you got this inspiration, and right now we're sitting in your studio, which the camera only captures so much of. What's your environment besides this? You wake up in the morning and it's you got this fucking weird idea for this, or
right?
What's the process?
It's funny. So lately, I work full time, 6:30 to 3. So the past month, I kind of been getting up at 4 and kind of drawing in the mornings before I go to work. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, it's kind of I don't know. I got ideas, or I'm still asleep.
Dude,
so
it's
I'm
really cool. It's a cool timing, man.
So it's a weird thing that
relate.
My imagination's just kind of I don't know, and still in a dream state. I don't even know.
Yeah,
but
it's a weird timing, man. For example, I've been through so many different type of art forms. Dude, I used to rap. I used to fucking make.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Doing all these things to where in the morning when I first wake up, you're in this fog. You might have some kind of feeling from a dream you had or whatever, but there's something about the first 30 minutes that you wake up. If you're in a good mood, if you're in a bad mood, it fucks your day up. But if you're in a good mood, it completely sets you up for this creative purpose. It's awesome, dude. It's hard to explain, and if other people can relate, please comment below and tell me about it, because I can't put my finger on it. But when you first wake up, there's first thoughts that hit you. You're why did I even think of that? Yeah. Why did this come up? Why am I drawing this? Why am I doing this? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it might be different for everybody. Some people love drawing or being creative later in the day when maybe they've done everything they needed to do, or the business of everything. Mm-hmm. If they have an art business, they handle that first, then they do all their creative stuff. But yeah, I don't know. And then even at work, sometimes on break, I got a little notebook there. I'll just start sketching 15 minutes, half hour during lunch breaks, and then I'll get that idea I had during the day. We'll come back when I get home and I'll elaborate on that and make a full drawing of it, So
what doing abstract shit, doing film is, you can do so much abstract and experimental stuff within film, so I know the inspiration behind that. But with your drawings, where does it come from? Because I can't see where it comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess imagination is kind of our memory, and I guess our memory is drawn from nature and life. So it's kind of bits of everything that I've seen or witnessed or
your own perception.
Yeah, and that takes time too to kind of build up like a repertoire of images in your mind that you can kind of draw from, like, which I don't, I'm not a fucking master at that at all. But
I think you are.
No. But I've done enough to be able to draw a human form in the way that I might want, and then just add a creature face or creature, hands and feet to it.
A lot of your stuff I feel stems off the head a little bit. It's like an extension of the brain almost.
Maybe. So I don't know what it is. I guess I do start always from the head though. It's like I get once I have I don't know what you want to call it, species or whatever the hell it is, of the head, the body and everything else kind of follows, and the background and everything else kind of follows suit. So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
You can't describe it?
I mean, not that well, I guess. I don't know.
No, I guess you don't have to, man. Like this, that is a description.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to explain.
Yeah.
Like I can, you know what I mean? People that can check out your stuff on your Instagram, your website, and all that stuff can see that you're not just doodling, drawing crazy shit to where, you know what I mean? Like, I really like some of your, like, walking through your house and stuff, I've seen, like, some of your paintings and oil paintings and stuff, and it's, like, abstract stuff that's, like, I mean, it's beautiful. It's awesome stuff.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. That it's not just you draw this wacky shit that you like, you know what I mean? It's, like, you've been through all stages of it to where it's, like, you got to a point where you've hit all these markers of being an artist that, you know what I mean, it's, like, where am I going to take it, or what am I going to do with it? And you seem to found, like, you know what I mean, what you like and what you think is interesting. And I think it's cool because it's not like something I've seen before, and it hits a small market, but I feel like people that like it are really going to like it.
Right. Well, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. I'm doing this. I've been doing these drawings, like you said, for maybe like a month now. And like 2 days from now, I'm not going to lie, I could be into something else. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is. I don't know if that's me, or I get bored, or I got some kind of ADD or whatever. Or I'm just experimenting to find what it is I really want to do. But, I mean, I feel like I heard once this artist, I think he's dead now, Robert Genn. He was like a Canadian artist, but he's like, get up and, do what you want to do that day. Like, it's almost like I get making work that is, similar in style and in subject matter, like, because once you're big enough, you have collectors, and they want that stuff. But for me right now, I guess I'm just shooting from the hip, maybe, so to speak.
You're still figuring it out almost.
Yeah, and like right now, this is fun to do, and it's cool, and people seem to be responding to it, which is awesome. Like, I'd never thought that, but like I said, I could go back to painting, like, for like a month, like, and not do any of these drawings, or I was actually thinking of maybe doing something similar to what I've been doing lately, but just in charcoal, and almost like more realistic portraits of these creatures I've been doing.
Like the chocolate you smear with like the eraser shit and
Yeah,
fingers
yeah,
and stuff.
like
My
get
mom
more.
does that stuff.
Does she? Yeah,
Yeah.
get more like tonal quality and
Okay.
just black and white, gray, all the which is funny because I used to love just working in black and white.
There's something about
When
black
I
and
was-
white that's gorgeous.
when
dude.
I was
even
like-
even in video,
Yeah.
black and white just.
But I don't know if I was just scared of color back at the time, like in high school and even in college. I would just I did like pen drawings and just worked in pencil. And when I did start painting, when I kind of left school, I only had one painting class, but when I left, I kind of got real into color and
Yeah.
oil painting and
It opens up.
acrylics, and
Like in
it's like
Same.
shit, man. Like, what the hell was I missing out on? Like,
Yeah.
just trying to capture light and shadow, and
Yeah, man. Lights. I know
It's
within
fleeting,
film,
But-
Light really opens up the barriers to so much shit, man. It's like
yeah,
it's crazy.
it's cool. Like, yeah, the abstract stuff's cool. That's kind of like a place I go, and it's like awesome
Seems
when
like
I'm doing
it's
it.
Fun. Like it's fun.
It's
that you're
like,
doing
yeah,
it.
it's kind of like shit. Like, I don't know. It just happens for some reason, or and it's fun to work big with that stuff too.
Yeah, but use everything around you, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Nature and
Yeah,
humans and life and
yeah,
if it's pizza or
Mhm.
if it's crystals, everything comes in.
yeah. And you'll find, you might not mean to put something in there, but subconsciously, you'll have representative shapes in there and something that symbolizes something that you might not have even been thinking about, or someone else sees something, which is
Yeah.
cool. That's the abstract thing. Everyone looks at it and sees something different, maybe, But then it's also on the end of the spectrum, trying to capture a scene in real life is also gratifying. Trying to capture that light and the essence of, say, a nature scene or a person is
Yeah.
if you can do that, that's awesome. And that's gratifying. And
Yeah, in your drawings too, it's pretty cool. It's not like they're flat. Like you do add some dimension where the light's coming from, like where you place your shadows and stuff like that. Like you do
Yeah.
have shadows on your things and they stay consistent. And you know what I mean? Like for this one right here, you have the shadow up against, and it's cool how if the shadow hits a wall, that's what it really looks like. And that's
Yeah.
where you're at. You know what I mean? It's cool to me, man. It might seem simple to you, but it's it's not my world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
seeing it. I see it in different appreciation than you might, and it's just cool to see in different, you know what I mean, aspects and even people that aren't artists, I think should have respect and can have respect for it.
right.
And see it in a different way, because everything makes you feel a certain way, and everything
Yeah.
hits somewhere different.
Yeah, and I guess that's the object of making art. It's for yourself, but it's also, you want to inspire, or you want to, kind of, you want somebody to look at it
Yeah, you want
and
other people
get
to like
happy, get sad,
Yeah.
just show some kind of emotion or think of something. If that works out, then that's cool. If someone enjoys something I make, then I'll be happy with that. I don't care if you buy it. Maybe later down the line.
Yeah,
but
you buy it. Money's
but,
money.
if you just appreciate it, then that's just as good to me.
No, for sure, man. And I think that, you know what I mean, the more that you get into your stuff, because it still feels, like you said, it's still a relatively new thing for you. You know what I mean? You've always been an artist, and you've always been an illustrator and this, but
the seriousness of it
yeah,
is
and
new.
and finding yourself and what you want to do is new.
Yeah,
to
no.
where it's like, you know what I mean, you want instant gratification, you want that feedback and everything.
Yeah.
But we were saying shit takes time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It takes a while to catch on, and once you really once you really are confident in yourself, people are gonna see that, and that's when they believe in you, because you gotta believe in yourself first.
For sure. And I wasn't the most confident person like growing up. Like,
Dude, like I didn't know you were an illustrator.
yeah,
Until,
I mean,
like maybe like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm kind of like an introvert, but I could be an extrovert. I could be like talkative and like not shy at some points.
Yeah,
but
I see that.
for the most part, like, it's weird. I don't know. I'm reserved in a way, and
Yeah, but everyone's got their own life going on, dude.
yeah, I don't want to push anything on people. I don't want to
No,
like,
you do your stuff, and you're a very humble person, and you're like humble with your art. It's not like you're like, look at what I drew, or check this out and check that out and check this out. You're kind of, I mean, you play it off as like, this is what I do. If you like it, I appreciate it. Blah blah blah, and like it's a great thing, because people that are fucking fakes and everything, like they'll open up their monologue or their self about like, this is what I do. Boom, here, look at me. Look how cool my shit is. Look how different I am. Look how everything. Like, we can have a whole conversation right now without even mentioning your art, you know what I mean? But still who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's in you, and you want to push it out there, and you're going to do it, but it's like, you realize, I mean, you're humble with it. You're not like, you don't force it on people, like you said.
Yeah, I mean,
Which I'm going to, because
yeah,
I think this
please,
shit's
you do
dope.
it. You do it. I don't
think
care
your
if you
shit's
do
real
it.
dope. And I want to get some of your shit, like, you gotta draw me a tattoo or something, like I'm saying.
Yeah,
Something
right.
cool, man, because I'm all about freaky shit.
Yeah, it's good to know, like, it's good to see like the talent in yourself and be able to spot it.
Yeah.
But like, don't be an ass, or don't be like,
Conceited.
like, don't be like a pompous like jerk about it, and like expect accolades or rewards or anything like that. Like, at least that's not what I think, and that's not what I want to like portray.
No, I don't think you do at all, man, because like,
but maybe to a fault. Like,
no, well, you promote your stuff and you do it, I feel like, in a very humble way, and you know what I mean, you're doing it in enough way to where people can realize if they pay attention to it, but it's not in a way to where like I'm just swiping the shit away, because like, dude, he sent me another fucking drawing, he just posted another thing, like, all right, I get it, you're a illustrator. It's like you're doing it in a enough way to where, you know what I mean, it's just the proper way. You're doing it in a humble and polite way. Yo, man, I don't want to cut anything short or anything, but I gotta take a pee.
Do it.
I don't know if you do or not.
I might get a refill or something.
All right, yeah, if you want to fill me up, go ahead. I'm gonna let this roll, and I can cut this out. Whatever you want to do.
Roll up. Beers.
That's where we're at. Yeah, he got beer. He gave me the Brawler Yards representing. What are you drinking?
Got the Italian Peroni.
The Peroni.
Yes, sir.
That was pretty good, dude.
Yeah, that's my dad's like
me of
favorite.
Beck's a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like grassy, I guess.
Yeah,
or
like
kind of Germany.
Like when you think of like a Rolling Rock or a Heineken.
I
don't know if it's a green bottle, but it has like a grass feel.
My dad loves Rolling Rock, so this would be the obvious progression, I guess. Like, yeah.
Are you?
I like Rolling Rock.
You're
too.
Italian, right?
Yeah, Italian and Irish.
Italian and Irish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Like whiskey.
Oh, whiskey's the best.
But
dude.
it's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
It's not,
no,
I haven't had it in a while.
I drink whiskey. I mean, whenever I usually go out to a bar or drink or anything. But like tequila is like a tequila.
I love tequila.
Tequila's a different drunk.
It's like
I don't know if that makes you turn into a Mexican or something. I don't know what it is, but that's a different drunk, dude. Like,
it's like hype.
It's a different animal.
It's not. Patron. It tastes. I think it tastes good. I mean, I like good tequila, I guess. Patron and
yeah, like
Don
Jose,
Julio
like,
or whatever it is.
Don Julio's expensive, man.
Yeah, I know,
Actually,
but that's why it's good.
This girl I dated a while ago, she's not important or anything. Only my girlfriend now is important. She might listen to this, but
yeah, good save.
No, she's great. She's great. I told her I was gonna blow her up probably eventually one of these days. But this dude popped up in like Don Julian? Don Julian?
Don Julio, right? I think.
Down yeah. But he couldn't.
So.
He broke the fucking cork in the bottle.
Oh, what the fuck?
It was awful, dude. Like he's trying to get it all out, but he was
ring
like
it
hyping it up as if it was like some expensive bottle. So he might just be cheap, or it really is expensive. I don't know.
No, it's up there.
It's
with
like a
Patron.
circular bottle, right?
Yeah, it's like the same
Have you
price
ever had
range.
Avion?
The water bottle? no.
Avion.
No.
Avion tequila. You
I
ever
don't-
watch? This might help you out. You ever watch Entourage?
Yeah.
In a turtle.
Is that his fucking thing?
It's this tequila line in the show.
God. It's real?
But for
Is it
real
real?
life, it's a Mark Cuban.
Okay. I feel like I might have known
It's
that.
called Avion.
But no, I never had it.
It's a clear tequila. It's really smooth. It's good stuff. I like the clear tequilas better than
Yeah,
brown
the brown
tequilas.
ones, yeah.
Anything clear is better
Gold.
than brown. I feel like.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Except vodka. He said he didn't like vodka too much.
Yeah, I'm not. Is there vodkas that are brown? I don't think.
No,
there
there's
is.
no vodka, brown vodkas.
Vodka just.
No, it's clear.
It's
as fuck.
mainly rubbing alcohol.
It's pretty strong. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got no flavor. Like,
Dude, I drank moonshine, like fucking hillbilly moonshine before down in North Carolina, and like I could deal with that. Like shit that was like, I was breaking the law drinking it. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
but just like
Yeah.
somebody pours me a shot of like Smirnoff or something. It's just like,
Oh, well, that's garbage shit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could
I
drink
guess
like
Grey Goose is upper
that's not
class,
too bad.
$50 a bottle.
yeah, and like Kettle One or Grey Goose or
Yeah.
Tito's. It's like a new
Cheetos.
like trending vodka now. I feel like
Isn't it something like there's like gluten free or some shit? Tito's. I think all of
Is it?
alcohol
It's
is
like made in
gluten-free.
Texas or something. So it's like I don't know, American.
Dude, do you know tequila is all tequila is made in the same spot in the world? There's a little place like in Mexico or Dominican Republic or something like that that all tequila is made from, and you can't make tequila anywhere else.
What?
If I'm wrong,
Like something in the water.
I'm
or
an
something?
asshole. If
Oh,
I'm
shit.
wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I've had this conversation with numerous
Corrections
people.
department.
I'm waiting for you to go first.
Oh god.
I've heard that before. Yo, so painting. I see a lot. I mean, walking in your house, there's a lot of paintings everywhere that you've done, and I mean,
A lot of shitty
the
paintings.
one over here that no one can see, and no.
No.
But then there's also a lot of drawings. What's the difference between painting and drawing to you?
I guess you need drawing for both. Obviously, you need drawing to draw.
Mm-hmm.
But drawing to use in for the purpose of painting, it also comes in handy because, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like almost, I don't know, as I say that, I feel like I don't use like my drawing skills as much when I paint. I feel like
There's definitely a big difference between your drawing.
it's more loose. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's I'll have my palette, my paintbrush, and
Do you have a
I'll
cool,
kinda,
like a French palette where there's all these
I
mixtures and shit?
got fucking
You wear a
pieces
cool hat.
of glass.
Do you have like a fake little mustache?
Yeah, I put my fake mustache on.
One of those
and-
hats it's not a Jeff cap, but it's like
Yeah,
sideways.
the little beret or whatever it is, the
striped
French
shirt.
beret.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
That would put you in a mood.
No,
though,
I
man.
use. No.
If someone dressed me up like Steven Spielberg, I'd probably fucking film better than I ever had before.
Yeah, I mostly for my palettes,
Microphone.
I use mostly for my palettes I use the just panes of glass.
Yeah.
What
What do you mean panes of glass?
like if I
Pieces
use
of glass?
yeah, just if I'm not using a frame that had glass on it, like the one over here I'm pointing at that you can't see. That's from
No, I can
that
see
big
it.
one back
Nobody
there
else can.
that I haven't used yet.
Okay.
But I have little ones.
With the blue tape.
Yeah,
on?
just so I don't cut myself.
Gotcha.
But
And like that's like the palette you would use.
yeah,
It seems like a more smooth type of thing.
it's smooth
More
and
true to color as well. There's nothing color in the background.
yeah.
would
The other ones I
take
have
that in.
actually spray painted. Spray painted the back of it like a neutral gray color,
Okay.
just to.
But you gotta hold this fucker while you paint.
Well, fuck no.
It's like
no, I put yeah no.
Like
I'll
a
put
fucking
that.
bad teapot from the
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
No, I'll put that on a
Like on a table or something?
On a table, or I haven't used that one yet, but
I would just be tempted just to draw my hand.
yeah, draw a
That's all I
turkey.
would do.
Draw
Yeah.
a little turkey, you know, second
Yeah.
grade turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. As far as painting goes, it's a lot more loose, and it's in a sense more freeing. But it's also with oil paints. I don't know. I was hesitant using oil before because I'm kind of like I was impatient, and if you're not thinning it out enough, like with medium and like paint thinner or whatever you choose to use, whatever solvent you want to use. Oh shit.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, but yeah, it takes a while to dry. So, you know, I do like working. I think the technical term is like alla prima, which is, I think.
It sounds Italian or French.
Yeah, it's Italian, and I think it. I don't know. I might be wrong, but it might mean like
It's okay.
in the wet or like the wet stage. You know,
You'd have to wait for
like if
one
you're
color to dry to start the next color.
if you're doing a huge piece and you're
What about that guy right there?
and you're like this guy, he's pointing at Voldemort from Harry Potter. If anyone likes Harry Potter out there,
Everyone does.
everyone likes Harry Potter, you know, except Eric.
Except
But yeah, so that's oil, and that's a little thinner. I don't know if you could tell that from that. It kind of looks like that's more like blotchier and like there's like specks of color more. This is more blended and smoother.
Yeah.
You
That's what
know?
you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's just me experimenting with different techniques and trying to figure out.
For experiments, they look like they're fucking legit.
Well,
You know what
thanks.
I mean? Like you have definitely a super talent to what you're doing, and it definitely overlays into paint or sketches or oil paint. What is acrylic paint just cheap?
It's not cheap. They have good acrylic brands. I actually,
When you do acrylic compared to oil painting,
it's quicker. It's a quicker drying medium.
Acrylic dries quicker.
It dries quicker. So I was using that for a little bit. If you saw that Joker painting, Jack Nicholson Joker,
I did.
that's acrylic.
Yeah.
Which
is good, man.
Thanks.
You got that creepy fucking smile.
Yeah. That was probably about a year or 2 years ago when like I first kind of started painting again, and I was using acrylics. And it is nice because you don't have to wait, you know, to work on it. It dries pretty quickly, and you know. So I was kind of using that for a little bit, and then I used oil when I was in school, so I kind of like went back to it because I still had the paints from when I was in school because they last.
Might use it.
Yeah,
This shit's expensive, man.
It is expensive.
I've been to Michael's. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just like the fucking target of artists, but I've been there to get shit, and I've spent a lot of money.
Michael's is good. You know, it's a good storefront.
Is there any cool local places that you go to or anything? Like anybody we can give a shout out to? Anyone that's doing good shit?
I don't know of. I mean, I just go to AC Moore and Michael's. Blick downtown is awesome.
Okay, well, shout out to Blick because
Blick.
I'm all about fucking people doing their own shit.
I mean, they're a huge company, but they have legit and stuff, and you know, I mean, Michael's and AC Moore, they're good for what they are, you know.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I don't have to wait to get things online. I mean, they are more expensive. Like, I shop at Jerry's Artorama. That's like an online store.
Okay.
So they got a bunch of stuff too that, you know, is usually on sale, and you know.
Yeah. So, you mean you're at the place I'm at right now where you know what I mean, I think a lot of fucking artists that are going to be on this podcast and that have been on this podcast are going to be at where you know what I mean, you're working a full-time job that isn't painting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, and it's a pain in the ass, but you know what I mean, you have a nice apartment and a nice spot to where you have.
Thank you to my wife for supporting me.
Yeah, she's sitting off camera.
Sitting off camera.
The camera went off again. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's the first time trying video out.
Yeah.
I thought this would work. Let me see if I can turn this guy on again.
All right.
Keep talking, but answered. Just curious about working a regular job is nothing like what you're doing compared to being an artist. Like what's the battle there?
It's a good one. I mean, luckily, the job I have now, it's good hours, so I can come back and I can come home and still have time to, after I'm like done cooking dinner and doing all this other stuff. I could still sit down for, an hour or two and get some work done that I want to do. But for now, it's hard to make that leap of taking that risk, and investing all your time in your passion. And I guess it's a fear. It's definitely a fear of rejection. Like if I were to commit wholly to making art
and selling your stuff to make a
living.
Yeah.
Or not selling and fucking,
falling to the ground.
Something bad happening like financially,
I'm like I'm in the same boat you are, dude. Like I've done it, I've tried it, I've been throughout being an artist and being a bartender or a waiter or whatever it might be, and having to take huge financial problems. Like, dude, there's times where, I'll dump money into, just say, a lens or something that I need. Then the next time I go out, it's like, I just can't spend money on fucking dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Babe, can you help me out? I'm not trying to be that guy, but...
Hey, babe. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
What was that? Like what, though? What do you say?
Nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I ain't saying shit.
What?
Nothing.
What are you saying? Oh, it went off again.
Fuck that
Fuck
thing,
it,
man.
Fuck it.
We're gonna have fucking 12 minutes of video.
We don't need it.
An hour conversation. I'm just fucking bitter because some dude convinced me to buy that piece of shit. And I thought I was gonna get some video. Because for some reason, DSLRs, I have a Canon 7D. You have a T2i?
T2i. And I have a low gig card, so it only does if my card's empty, it'll take maybe 10 minutes of video.
Yeah, dude, but those
maybe.
cameras, they don't allow you to film for more than 12 minutes at a time.
Really?
They shut off.
Huh.
So I'm thinking that there's something with this camera that I'm trying to film with, and there's some kind of error. Why it goes off halfway through, I'm not sure. So I had a 16 gig card in there. It should film a lot.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to worry about that issue down the line, because when I'm in my studio, it's gonna be a full-time video thing. Because you had a great idea with having the slideshow during your podcast.
Yeah.
It's just one photo. It's hard, man. And I'm having the problem where to be on SoundCloud and to be on iTunes and all this stuff, the amount of context I have, I gotta pay a certain amount of money up front to do that. And YouTube is the only platform. YouTube Vimeo is the only platform that I have right now that allows me to put all this work up for free. And it's I've dumped money into equipment. I've dumped money into this. I'm going in and out of going to places. So it's
yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah. I get you. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Do you find yourself with the battle of how much money you can dump into your art?
Yeah, it's definitely I guess a give and take. I'm lucky to have, the support of my wife, and she, provides for a lot, and, supports me and allows me to, spend on materials and,
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like you're doing bad here. Like, you got a nice spot, and you got a good place.
It's a good place, and, like, we got this pretty much, like, extra room for me, so...
Yeah, when you were moving here?
Yeah, we were looking, so, so she's, like, all in, too, and...
That's awesome, man.
Trying to help
really
me,
cool.
Get where I want to go, and...
That's good, man, because a lot of people that... I don't know the exact story of your wife and, her exact opinions and stuff like that. I just met her tonight. I think she's a really nice person, but it's like a risk to where, she's going to follow you and what you're doing, but what you're doing could fucking... Yeah. There's a downside to it, too.
Yeah, there's no guarantees at all, and...
It's scary, man.
That's why, having the full-time job is essential right now.
It's a backbone.
It
allows you to do this.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because it's still in, like, the artistic field. So it's not the worst thing. It's not like I'm, like, a cashier or fucking, something like dead-end fucking, I don't know, office job or, I don't know, something like that. Just with that I hate, not hating on office jobs, but...
No, but it's just...
For me, the job I have it's good, and it allows me to, like, think, too, during the day. It gives me free time, because it's kind of like a workshop type place, and we kind of just are to ourselves. So,
that's cool.
I get time to ponder about whatever subjects or whatever I might be thinking about, drawing or painting or anything like that. So, it's good in that sense.
That's cool, man. Like, with film and everything, it's so collaborative. Have you, has any of your art been a collaborative effort? Like, I know painting, you paint yourself. Like, have you done anything that's collaboration? Like, I'm not informed enough on that topic of, like, how collaborative what you do is. Yeah,
no, I haven't really done... any collaborative work. I have in the past applied for the Philadelphia like mural arts program.
Yeah.
And I think I did that twice maybe, like and I got turned down both times, but
when you got turned down?
Well, like I wasn't accepted into it, I guess.
That is such fucking bullshit.
But no, it's fine. Because, I don't know. That was like, I think it might have been a year ago. So, I don't know what they base it on or whatever, but it was just something like, because I would like to, enrich the community or, the city of Philadelphia or, just using art to...
You're covering one of my future questions.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a problem.
But, yeah, just using art to, get some fulfillment from others, or just, help kids or, something like that would be cool to do in the future, too.
Well, since you touched on a topic, I had a guess that, like later I'll ask you... of opinions of things that make this better and things like that, because I just want each podcast to get better and to evolve into something. But so how do you feel what you're doing is contributing in a sense of like Philadelphia arts and things like that, or how do you want to contribute, or how do you think that your work's contributing, or do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Honestly, probably not that much.
Besides giving, like, for example, like, I enjoy your shit. So
besides, like, that's what I would maybe say, like, on an individual level. Like, if someone sees it on social media or my family and friends see it. So, that's cool if, if that somehow, if it sparks something inside somebody, like, then that's, that's cool. That's fun,
definitely.
I would
you're
like
a very
to.
solo type of art form.
Yeah,
Illustration's
I mean,
definitely very solo.
there's a lot of artists that are way more collaborative, and that's cool. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm not that way, but I'm not opposed to it. I mean,
yeah.
I guess I just don't really. Maybe it's time, or maybe it's just I don't know where to look, or I haven't tried to look, or something like that.
Well, I actually did do a little research into like what you could be doing, just because I mean, I want to, besides just talking to you and seeing where you're at, maybe throw you some ideas from the internet.
Yeah.
These aren't my personal opinions. These are things that I've looked up and thought into. But like I told you, like stock drawings. So stock drawing would be, I mean, you paint a picture of a landscape, and somebody could buy that image for their personal use, or they can use it for like the background of an ad or something like that. Like there's things out there like that to where it might not be your exact interest, but
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I never really thought about that. I guess that's almost, would you call that more commercial? I guess
definitely commercial. It's definitely something like I've done stock footage of, say, like a time lapse of the city, and somebody might use that for a time lapse in another video or a commercial or something like that, and they might buy it for their personal use.
Gotcha. Okay. I get,
but that also is like very standard shit. You know what I mean? It's like not like somebody.
It's got to be like kind of mainstream,
kind of. Yeah. But I feel it's
popular.
to anybody's opinion on what they want.
Right. Yeah. I mean, someone might come across and be like, "Oh shit, this is what I was looking for."
Yeah.
Exactly. And,
exactly.
Oh man,
There's a lot of stock photo things.
Yeah.
There's mostly stock photo things. There's some stock video, like say a film. Say if I was to shoot a film in Philadelphia, and I wanted a shot of like a drone shot over Philly.
Right.
I would find a stock footage of drone footage to drop into into my film.
So you don't have to fucking pay to get it yourself or whatever.
You buy that shit. But that could be like, a different way of doing that.
Right. I get you.
Yeah. But it's so crazy, man, because as artists, me and you separately, we're on such different levels, because what I do is completely collaborative, and what you do is completely solo. Not just motivation, since we talked about that, but like what makes you really want to draw? Like, what makes you want to illustrate? What makes you want to paint? Like, besides therapeutic and besides that, like, what are things in life, like maybe feelings or hitting the five senses or things like that kind of bring you home to what you love doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it's all different every time. I'm constantly thinking, like, in my head, just, I don't know, I guess it's either it's an escape from real life, like stress and, responsibility, or...
Does that change your drawing style as well? Like, if your moods change when you draw?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, maybe, like, I could think more so with abstract things. just because, I might be feeling some type of way, so I'll use a certain color, or,
For sure.
I'll use maybe certain shapes that, I don't know, just resemble some kind of feeling, maybe, or, yeah, but
I guess I'm like asking you like a subconscious question. To where,
I mean,
like,
it's
these are things that you do without even knowing.
yeah, probably for the most part, maybe. Like lately, what I've been doing is just kind of creating a whole kind of genre of creatures, or a whole just separate from reality kind of thing that that might be influenced by movies, or something I hear, or just stories, and even real life, maybe. Like, it might be in there, like, But I feel like movies are kind of a big part, maybe subconsciously. Like, I love sci-fi, I love horror films, kind of. I love anything kind of like crude and like creepy, or
Out of the norm, maybe.
yeah, like, but I also like emotional stories and real life stories, and if I'm watching a movie, like, and something's happening, like, I tear up kind of easily. It's kind of funny.
I do too.
It's like,
It's not even sad shit. I tear up on happy shit.
It's happening more so, like, lately. I'm just like, what the
I get,
fuck?
the more of a bitch I turn into.
Jesus
man.
Christ. Like, but like, it feels good. Like, it's like, all right, yeah. At least I know I'm not a sociopath. But but no, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess I just draw from, things I watch and things that I experience, and I've definitely had like a patch of, I would say, anxiety and depression, like, in the past, and tried to definitely calm that down with substance, but that kind of helped me realize, like, I don't want that, and I'd rather put my mind to something useful, and if it could be beautiful and artistic, and not spend my time just forgetting about stuff and kind of just zoning out, or
Yeah, for sure, man. Because you wanna, just life in general. It's a package deal, to where there's every type of feeling and emotion involved, and if you can use that, of course you're gonna do painting and drawing and everything when you're in a good mood and you got some good sparks, but when shit's down or when things are fucked up, like, that could that also has a spark into something that isn't there before.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if can you tell that between your work? Like, does work bring you back to certain times of when you did of what you've done?
I mean, maybe some stuff in when I was, I guess I kind of hit a breakthrough, like, after college. I kind of, like, got over some things and kind of got less, like, I don't know if depressed is the word, but, just more excited about life, maybe. I don't know. Or, and maybe meeting my current wife had something to do with that. But, but, like, in school, like, some things I've done, just kind of like desolate landscapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That might read more into how I was feeling or thinking at the time. Just kind of like alone or out there, you know. So, yeah, maybe. I would think emotion plays some kind of part in what I do.
Yeah. What like I'll take a what am I trying to say? Like photography, this is like painting a picture to where you choose the captured image of what everything's around you. When you paint or illustrate, how do you know you're blocking, like, on what to show and what not to show? Like, do you leave,
composition-wise?
like, composition-wise, yeah. Do you leave any subtext for, like, an audience to be like, what's going on outside the paper, or what's going on inside the paper, what's...
I guess it depends. Like I have taken photographs and I've used photographs as reference, and and it's almost like it's not as like when I use a photograph, I guess it's not as intense of like I'm not connected as much as if I'm painting or drawing from real life, which I need to do more of because that really gets I mean, let me think. It captures something that, for me, drawing from photograph doesn't. You're able to kind of be in that space and experience whatever you're drawing from life or painting from life, and having that experience as you're drawing, and it's like right in front of you. So it's more kind of like spiritual in a sense, if you want to go that far. Or,
yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not like a crazy spiritual person. I mean, but, you know, I grew up Catholic and, you know, kind of falling off that, but I'm not ruling anything out, like, and I don't think anyone should. That's kind of how I am right now.
No, but I feel like as you grow up, like, all right, so when you, how do I put this in a not ignorant way? All right, so when you grow up hearing religion, at the same time you're hearing about Santa Claus, and at the same time you're hearing about the Tooth Fairy, and at the same time you're hearing about the Boogie Monster and everything. So when so when you get older, these stories kind of play out as like, it kind of sounds like bullshit. But at the same time, you can't rule out that there's no higher power, because there's something going on.
And I definitely believe in, a higher power or something connecting everybody together. Like, I'm not saying it's God or whatever, but it's something, and I choose to believe that because I feel like that, that makes sense. And
for sure. For sure, dude.
And you hope for it. I mean, you hope that, we're not just here and we're going to die and we're going to fucking whatever, disintegrate. But, spirituality, can come into play when producing art. And
it's probably more than you think, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing some kind of abstract thing. Like, just shapes and patterns and colors really show emotion.
Yeah.
And you might be doing something that you don't even really think of as what it really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it comes from like your inner self, and you can't really explain it, and you can't really explain why we're here yet either. So like you're nice.
No, I don't think you ever can, dude.
And I think art is, I feel like everyone, should be making art in some capacity. I mean,
think everyone is in a certain way.
In a certain way, I guess.
It's just there's like such a... There's art's categorized in so many ways that when you think of someone being an artist, that's not in like the conventional way. You think that they're not an artist, but they really are. Yeah,
you're right, because even like my dad, like, he's fucking, go to work, manly guy, but even his steel metal work, that's an artistic expression in a way, like having to do that, engineer that, you know. So yeah, everything can be looked at if you even maybe strip it down, or you know, can be looked at like in a way that's
if you're open-minded,
expressive,
man, like super pretentious people are gonna be like, no, this is art and that's art and this ain't art and that's art.
right.
But if you're a logical, normal fucking person, you can pull out the art of anything.
Yeah.
Of, I mean, how you dress, or how you think, or how you communicate, or anything. You know what I mean? You can't. Who are subjective to where there's no fucking cap on anything. There's no limit on anything. There's no boundaries to where somebody has the right to say. Like, that's why earlier I said, when you weren't accepted into something, I said that's bullshit, because who is the fucking judge to say, you know what I mean? It's because it's subjective. And there's art organizations within Philadelphia that you have to be fucking accepted into. And it's like, okay, so if the judge likes what you do, you're in. But if they don't like what you do, you're not.
Right.
That's just their fucking opinion.
I mean, yeah,
Subjective.
you know, at some point, like, you have to have the ability, you know, the
like,
technical ability,
yes,
but,
agreed.
You know, but yeah, and that's why I guess you keep trying. Like, that was just something I tried out, and, you know, I haven't applied since then, but
I think you should, man.
But, you know, maybe I will.
Because
but I don't know if I want to anymore. I don't know if I still want that, but I'm not sure.
No, you're right. It's cool to hear you say that you don't know if you want to, because obviously everyone's dream would be to get into, like, some gallery or get into some art group or get into something, but really it's your solo thing, and the goal is to do what makes you happy and somehow connect to other people. So it's not all about pleasing people that might think they're higher than you, but it's more about creating something that you like and getting the notion back that someone else appreciates it to a level that you might.
Yeah.
That goes in anything.
Yeah.
You know? It's a debatable conversation in fucking 1,000 ways, man. We can repeat ourselves and talk about it 1,000 times, but when it comes down to it, it's like everyone's got their own opinion, everyone's got their own style, everyone's got their own thing. It's just, what I'm doing with this podcast is like trying to give people some coverage, and hopefully that it could reach a different group of people than you can just reach yourself, to appreciate it and to see it in the way that it can be seen and things like that, because there's so much going on in Philadelphia that it's like I was saying, I'm losing my peers to fucking LA and New York, because people that are actors or filmmakers are like, oh, I gotta go here, I gotta go there, I gotta do that. And it's like, no, man, you're in a good spot, and there's a lot of shit going on in Philadelphia, and I truly believe that it's a mecca of artists that is just not coverage enough, and there's no plateau or platform that can show everybody. Like, dude, for example, like, the director I just worked with in the film we just worked on went to fucking Sundance, the biggest festival in the country.
Right.
And if you were to try to find that information of him going to Sundance, you probably couldn't find it. And that's, like, disrespectful as an artist, to not be able to find the information. And it's like, everyone should get credit where credit's due, and everyone should be accessible that applies themselves, because there's also going to be people that are fucking frauds, and there's people that are drawing and putting their shit on Instagram that deludes what you're doing, because they're fucking not legit like you are. So it's like,
right, yeah. I mean, you're always
fucked up in so much, in a sense, but it's not. The internet's the greatest thing in the world, but it's also like fucking bullshit. Like, people want to fucking make their life seem 10 times better than it actually is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's I guess that's the new world. I mean, I don't know.
Do you think there's going to be a cap on it? Like, like the way the internet's going, and like for example, like in the past 3 years, more information has been put on the internet than information recorded in all of time. So what's the
Really?
cap on that? What's the cap?
No cap.
What's the rules? Who's the monitor? Who's the gatekeeper? Where's that going?
No one, I guess. I mean, because what?
There's an
That would-
endless abyss and an endless amount of servers that are uploading and shit. Like, how many videos get uploaded to YouTube a day?
I don't know.
It's fucking crazy,
Yeah,
dude. How many
yeah.
pictures are uploaded on Instagram a day? How many things are tagged?
Millions.
To root through what matters and what's not, it's
Yeah.
not fair to people like you and me who are dedicating our life to this, and to have to deal with people that aren't, to which gives it a shitty view in general of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah, I definitely see.
But it's great that everyone
people.
can get out there. It's
Yeah.
great. It's great that
yeah.
everybody can connect with
Yeah.
everybody.
I see. I guess I guess you can't like judge everything. I guess people are gonna do what they do, and social media was probably invented for people like that, like for reality stars and all that. That just trickles down into everybody. But I mean, still, for like the arts and all that, like Instagram and whatever else. Like, I mean, I don't have Twitter or anything. I mean, I have Facebook and Instagram, and that's enough for me. Instagram is my main thing, just because it's visual and
Mark Zuckerberg
Zuckerberg.
controlling your life, son.
Nah. I only post my pictures on there too. I mean, just for people that don't have Instagram, really.
And how are you saying you get your photos on there? You just take photos of your photos? Photos of your drawings?
Yeah.
'Cause that shit looks like it's copyright on. Like, I'm looking at stuff that you did that I see on your Instagram, and it's like as clear
It's
as
good quality. Yeah. Okay.
It
Yeah.
looks great.
Yeah. I guess you can thank the iPhone for that. I guess. Nah, don't thank them. But yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I think we went through a lot,
Yeah, for sure.
and we definitely have met the markers of what we thought we were going to talk about and everything.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
And
I
I
think
think it's about time where you drop your plugs so people can find you out at.
nope. Nah. Okay.
No, yeah, of course.
Nah. All right. Yeah. Cool. You can go to my website, it's VincentDeleoArt.com. I think Eric's gonna put that in, like, the info under this video
Of
or
course.
thing. But in case you want to write it down, it's VincentDeleoArt.com. My Instagram is @VinDeleo. Check all my stuff out there. I usually post, every other day, hopefully.
Constantly, yeah.
I mean,
you're very consistent with
try
it.
to.
That's what caught my attention.
Yeah.
With you.
And, I have Facebook, but that's not too relevant. I don't really care about that. And then, I have a T-shirt on sale now until March 15th that the website will be linked to this podcast. But it's through Mr.dressup.com. And if you just go on that and in the search bar, if you just type in Vincent Deleo, my product should come up. So if you want, get on that. There's only a couple days left. I think it's like $20 maybe, $21 for a shirt.
It ain't shit.
And yeah. Little spaceman guy. Check it out if you want.
He's lost on his journey. He needs to find his way home.
Yeah.
The guy's got a story. It's not just a T-shirt. There's a story behind it. And I want to apologize to everybody who thought this is going to be a full video version. The camera I got has just completely let me down in every single way around it. It's off right now. I'm going to have like random clips of video in this bitch, and then slideshows of his work. But thanks for everyone for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Check out Vince Deleo and his shit, because it's definitely not like anything you've ever seen before. But you can go back and check out his illustrations, his paintings, his oil paintings, his drawings, his characters, and things that you normally wouldn't see. And you can tell that this dude's talented, because he can do what the average artist can do, but he's choosing to do something that he wants to do, because that's what matters. You do what you want in life and you'll be happy. And if you're a fucking fraud and you want to not do what you want and you want to fucking conform to normal life and all that kind of shit, you're going to be stuck in a cubicle rubbing your testicles, not getting any, not having fun. But it was a pleasure.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Thanks for having me.
Letting me come to your space and your art place, and where you do your work and get intimate. And thanks for feeding me some Yards Brawler and some other beers I've never heard of. Your wife made me a great gin and tonic, or a Sprite and tonic.
Sprite and something.
And she left. She was sitting here with us for a little while, but she left. I don't know if she just wasn't interested anymore. Or
I think we started smoking, so she pieced out.
Yeah, we smoked a cigarette. She didn't give a fuck.
But yeah, Dan, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Thanks for thinking of me and getting me out there, trying to.
Cool, man. And turnaround's like 2 or 3 days, so I'll get this up. You mean you're not live, so if we said anything that we regret, and
I regret it all.
We can cut some shit out and do whatever we gotta do.
Yeah.
But
that sounds good.
Anybody who made it this far, I appreciate you listening.
Thank you, listeners.
Yeah, and other artists who are in the same situation, you know where we're at, you know what we're trying to do. Philadelphia is not New York or LA. It's fucking better, because there's more quality people and it's more neighborhoods. It's not just people moving here to try to make something of themselves. There's people that are actually making something of themselves and where they're from. And I love this city, and I will die here because I was born here. And Vince Deleo feels the same way.
Yes.
Even if he lives in a little town outside in the suburbs. But now he lives in Philadelphia, right across the street from a hibachi place where he used to underage drink all the time.
Tokai. Yeah.
And,
shout out to Tokai.
Banging. Tokai.
Banging hibachi.
Shout out to Vince's dad. He's the fucking man. He told me he had to swing like Chase Utley. And if you heard any vibrations, blame my girlfriend, because she's blowing me up.
Boom.
And all right, man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Good things, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks, Eric.
All right, everybody. Peace out.
Later.
I don't know who's coming on next. I got coming up, I got a couple rappers. I got Motorcycle Club coming on to talk about all their fundraisers and everything like that. So, you know what I mean? I'm booked for the next 2 months, but I'm not fucking too busy to have people hit me up to come on. And if you don't want to come on, that sucks for you.
Sucks. Make something. Peace.
Exactly. Peace. Later. 2 and 5.